way, they do protest for different reasons. So as we talked about, I mean, it has been fertilizer policy in the Netherlands. It was tax policy on diesel in Germany. In Central and Eastern Europe, it's about wheat imports from Ukraine. Essentially, the argument being right now, in order to support Ukraine, we're going to have free trade with Ukraine and allow wheat imports. But farmers are complaining that Ukraine produces under very different sets of regulatory standards, and thus the grain the grain and wheat is much cheaper compared to what we're used to in many EU member states. And so that is unfair competition, and they've been blocking the border. And then, you know, President Zelensky said it's only 5% that goes through Poland. It's been a lot of back and forth, and it's complicated because a country such as Poland is very supportive of Ukraine, but then also doesn't want to significantly upset the farmers. So that's a very complicated trade question. And in France, it's been a mix of almost everything. I mean, everything from trade policy to the bureaucracy surrounding water reservoirs to retail negotiations. So the French government negotiates with retailers and says, yes, we're doing something about inflation. We're going to bring prices of food down, but then the retailers cut corners by essentially, I mean, reducing what they pay farmers. And they say, well, sorry, the government told us to reduce food prices, and you're the ones that have to pay. You know, this whole pretense like, oh, we can make food cheaper, but nobody has to pay any money for it, right? That has been going on quite a bit since we've had our cost of living crisis following significant government spending during COVID, and you know that has increased prices across the continent, and now farmers are the ones that have to carry that burden and say this is just simply not doable anymore. Now farmers have also directed that anger not just towards the French